Library, and I'm here with another program for Upcycled Origami with Kat. And this time we're going to do origami picture frames. And these are frames that you can make. I've got two different designs. You can either do it Christmassy if you're watching this in December, or just use any kind of gift wrap or other colored paper that you might have around. For example, I did this one out of folding an 8.5 inch square out of a colored sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. And the small size will hold the little wallet size school pictures, if they still make those. I've been kind of out of the loop there for a while. And something like an 8.5 by 11 or a 9 inch will hold the 2 by 3 school pictures. This is one of my old school librarian pictures here, so just to show you how the photo would fit in. Okay, so I'm going to fold both of those designs in the two different sizes. So I've got 6 inch paper here, and this is 9 inch square paper here that I already cut. You can use any kind of good paper type gift wrap that will hold a crease really well without tearing. And these are really easy and fast. So you're going to take your square and fold it into triangle, just like that. Then open it back up, do a 90-degree turn, and fold into triangle again. It just sort of gives you a guideline with that center point there for folding in, and it's like the fortune teller. So if you've been ever folding those, you will know what I'm doing. I'm folding each corner in to that very center point. If you do a little bit better job of folding your cutting your squares, it'll come out a lot neater. But basically, you're folding it like that and turning it over to the plain side and folding in. Now to do this design, it looks kind of complicated, but it really isn't. What you're going to do is take each of these little flaps and you're going to fold the point up to the top edge, and then you're just going to kind of open it up carefully along that crease to flatten it into a rectangle like this. And you're going to do it on all of the flaps. It's a matter of just putting your fingers in there and kind of wiggling them around. Okay. Again, origami has a lot of repetition. You're doing the same folds over and over again. Like so. So you're going to end up looking like this. Now you're going to take each of these, if you see, you've got your little creases here going from the bottom of the rectangle up to the center. And you're just going to kind of fold back on it, and then you're going to stick your finger in there. If you have like a pencil or a pen, that might help you get into that point. And then you're just going to squash it down. And it'll come out like this. And you're just going to do it on all the sides. You're going to have 8 of these to do. Okay. With this larger frame, it's okay to just use your little finger, your baby finger. But for the smaller ones, if you have problems opening up those points, you might want to get like I said, a pencil or a pen to just gently poke into the point to help flatten out your paper. Almost done. So if you have those kinds of smaller photos that you would like to send to somebody, this is a nice, colorful, easy way to frame them. And it's lightweight, and you don't have to worry about glass breaking or anything like that when you mail them in. So this, like I said, this one is folded out of the 9-inch square paper. So it can hold something that is more like, almost like 2.5 inches across. Like I said, with the 8.5, there's a little bit, you've got like a 1/4 inch on each side, and the length of the photo goes pretty much all the way up to the top and bottom. But you can slip, you see it will, you might want to, for this one, a larger one like this, with the 2x3, you could actually glue the photo into the frame, and then if you want to, you can glue these down so that they will hold the photo. Okay. Now the other design, this one you would definitely want to cut your photo to like a square shape to fit into that center, and then glue it in, and that will look pretty nice. And then you can hang it on the diagonal like that. That one starts with the same basic fold, so you're still doing your fortune teller. Fold. Doing the triangles, and then folding the points into the center. This one is really not even. I don't know how I managed to cut this paper so uneven last night. So. Oh yeah, we're going to fold these halfway in. So we're going to take these corners and we're going to fold them to that line. So you take your corner and fold it in to that line like this. And when you fold it down, it will look like that. So you're going to have like this. And then you turn it over to your plain side, and you're going to fold these corners into the center. And then you're going to fold each of these points out so that they're going to stick out about that much. So when you fold it, you're going to fold it like about that. And then try to make it as even as possible in those folds all the way around. When you turn it over, that's it. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. And again, you can use some glue to hold these things down so that they will lie a little flatter. But there it is, a really cute, colorful, easy picture frame. And it doesn't have to be only photos. If you do like little sketches, and you want to frame a little sketch to give to somebody as a gift, then this is a neat little inexpensive way to frame your artwork. So, like I said, it's super easy. You can make a whole bunch of these. If you have a whole lot of relatives that you got to send school pictures to, like I used to when I was growing up, this is just a real fun way of doing that kind of thing. And it doesn't take a whole lot of time. Well, at least it doesn't for me. I have to admit, I have many, 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 many years of doing this, so. But you saw how simple this one was. And you can actually, if you Google origami photo frames, this is one of the designs that will come up. This one I wasn't able to find online at all. I found it online like 20-some years ago, but I wasn't able to find it online again, so I couldn't give you a link for that. But it is something that you can find, at least some other, photo frame designs online. These two are, especially this one, is probably the easiest one that you can do, and as long as you know how to make those fortune teller folds to start the fortune teller, you'll be able to make that really, really quickly and easily. And just find the prettiest wrapping paper you got lying around the house. Or if you're like me and you get all these things in the mail from these various nonprofit organizations, sometimes they send you a gift wrap and they're just asking for a small donation. That's how I got these two. It's from the fundraiser pack. I will say that if you're using gift wrap, it's really better to use a piece that doesn't have a whole lot of creases from having been used before to wrap a present. So like those leftover parts from the roll that aren't, if you got it like 6 inches and it's not going to be big enough to wrap a gift, that would be a good piece to say, I'm going to use that for origami. Yeah, now, see with the 6-inch one, you see how small that little triangle is. And this one, I can kind of wiggle it around because I've been doing it for a long time, but if you feel uncomfortable doing that, then you would definitely want to get a pencil or a pen to get into there and open up that, to squash down. Origami is great for building manual dexterity. The more you work with your hands and do these things. I think the more comfortable you'll be at doing origami. Just keep working at it. I have taught some of these designs to like second graders who did pretty well. So this is, again, something that could be done if you were either an adult or you're a teenager and you got either younger siblings or you're babysitting and you're trying to figure out what can I do with these kids. Because I don't like to let my grandsons just watch TV or play video games all the time. So doing something with their hands is always a good thing. Yeah, so just like that. Didn't take very long. And this one, like I said, is so easy. It'll just take you a few minutes. And that's the joy of origami. Sometimes just spending a few minutes with some paper, and you can come up with something that's pretty and practical. And if you come to the library during the month of December, and you go into the adult services area, check out all those, remember all those origami trees I was showing you how to do last time? I have a whole little forest of them on the shelf. So you can see how you can easily decorate just using something simple like a few of those origami Christmas trees. And here, when I was talking, I was just folding this, and voila, I am done, and there we go. So, 2 different photo frames that you can make with gift wrap or any other kind of paper that you might have at home. Have fun.